Elsewhere, several Gulf states have faced another day of missile and drone attacks from Iran. 5 explosions have been heard in Dubai. That's after a fire broke out at Dubai's port, where Kuwait state-owned oil company said a Kuwaiti-flagged oil tanker was hit. No one was injured. Bahrain, Saudi Arabia and Qatar all reported intercepting attacks overnight. Let's find out the latest with Zein Basravi, who's in Dubai for us. So some loud explosions, several of them across Dubai this morning. Zein, tell us about what's happened.
That is correct. The morning began with that unmistakable sound of military aircraft, jets flying low over the city. No doubt a patrol. They've become relatively routine in the skies over Dubai in recent weeks, of course. And then just before noon local time, we heard multiple loud explosions across the city. Witnesses reporting seeing the smoke of that interception when Iranian projectiles are hit by defensive fire in the skies over their homes. 5 loud explosions consecutively over a short period of time. The Ministry of Defense and the National Emergency Services confirming that they were activating air defenses, that those interceptions were taking place. They say they were all successful, but in the last few hours, the Dubai media office has confirmed that debris fall, shrapnel from one of those interceptions did fall on homes in the southern part of this city, and that did cause minor injuries to 4 people and some damage, some property damage to residential homes. A reminder that this war is playing out in the skies over these countries, but over heavily populated civilian areas in Dubai, in Doha, elsewhere. And what we are seeing is that this continues to carry on day after day. Saudi Arabia, multiple drone and missile interceptions overnight into this morning. Qatar also saying that they also were targeted by multiple attacks from Iran yesterday.
Yeah, playing out in the sky, the war, you say, Zein, but also playing out at sea. There was a tanker, Kuwaiti oil tanker on fire earlier at Dubai port, and there's also been new activity in the Strait of Hormuz.
That is correct. This oil tanker, a Kuwaiti oil tanker, was full, and there was an attack that followed the same sort of MO we've seen in recent weeks, where an unknown projectile of some kind hits a cargo ship, hits an oil vessel, hits a container ship, hits one of these large vessels in and around the waters of the Arabian Peninsula, in and around the area of the Strait of Hormuz. Multiple attacks that Iran has carried out have been to try to stop these vessels from either bypassing the Strait of Hormuz and using alternative routes, or to stop them from entering. And this incident also a dangerous one. There were serious concerns that it could spark a fire, some kind of oil spill, but authorities in Dubai have confirmed that marine firefighting units did respond to the incident quickly. They spent late last night into early this morning trying to put that fire out, and they say they have done so. It has been brought under control earlier this morning. No injuries reported, but it does raise concerns as these things continue to carry on. The Iranian IRGC has said that it attacked another oil tanker, or another ship, related to Israel. An Israeli-flagged vessel came under attack. The IRGC confirming a spate of other attacks today, saying its naval forces struck an Israeli container ship with a ballistic missile in the Gulf. And Iranian drones targeted a group of U.S. Marines on the UAE coast outside of a military base where they say they were seeking covert shelter, and they were able to target them and carry out this attack. That's what the Iranians are claiming. Iranian drones destroyed an anti-drone system of the U.S. Fifth Fleet in Bahrain near the Manama airport. And drones also destroyed, the Iranians say, 2 advanced early warning air defense radars at a U.S. base in Kuwait. It's the 3rd or 4th incident where they've targeted radar detection systems designed to be early warning systems for missiles and drones. And we're also seeing an incident that illustrates what Iran wants to put out as messaging. The United States continues to say the Strait of Hormuz needs to be open. We need to remind people that it was open before the U.S. and Israel launched a war against Iran. But as part of Iran's retaliation, they say they cannot allow Iran to maintain a control and closure of the Strait of Hormuz. Iran's latest messaging clearly illustrating that the strait remains open as far as they're concerned. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of China confirming that 3 ships that have been stuck since the war began, 3 large cargo ships, Chinese-flagged cargo ships, have passed through the Strait of Hormuz. A clear message from Iran. The Strait of Hormuz remains open, just not to the United States or Israel or other countries that Iran determines as a threat to them.
Zein Basravi in Dubai, thank you very much for bringing us the latest there.